All right, welcome back to The Morning Blend. Based on the book that was published in the 90s, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, it explores the differences between the sexes. Wait, there are differences between the sexes?
There are.
What? And it is now on stage in Milwaukee.
Amadeo Fusca is the star of the production, and he joins us now right here on the yellow couch.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, ladies. Yeah.
Great to see you.
We were talking about how this is something that started in the 90s with the book, and so we had the experience of that expression sort of taking over culturally. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. But for people of your age group, maybe they didn't have any exposure to it.
Yeah, no, I mean, the book is like over 20 years old, and, you know, but a lot of the viewpoints still hold up, you know, and we continue to evolve the show into what some of the viewpoints might mean to a lot of people kind of going through all the relationship struggles, you know, through today's, you know, kind of age. And, but yeah, no, I had to go back and kind of research the book and get into it, and, you know, a lot of it, you know, adheres to my own relationship. And let me tell you something, like doing this show has made me like a king at my house, you know.
Oh, I bet. Are you married?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
I have a relationship, and I talk a lot about that, you know, throughout the show. I personalize a lot of the experiences that happen in the show.
Okay, see, I think this is so relatable, and I think people find things funny when it resonates with them, and that has got to be what works for this show.
I mean, the whole show, people are just seeing themselves and laughing. They identify with everything we're talking about, you know, all the struggles I'm going through, and there's a lot of little generalizations and stereotypes that we talk about, like, but everybody sees them.
Name just a few that you get some big laughs on, like something that really...
Man. So basically, I think it's just like multitasking. How like my wife is just like multitask. She could be working from home on the computer. She could be cooking at the same time, changing the baby's diaper, doing all these different things at once. But she's really just sheer focus on every single one of them. Meanwhile, you know, when I try to multitask, I'm just sitting there watching the ramen noodles boil for like over 20 minutes. You know, I can't. You know, there's nothing in my brain telling me I could be doing anything else. So it's just little things like that that people can notice themselves.
My husband will often say to me, "Are you in there? Are you in there?" Because I will be so focused, and I'll be like, "Yes, I'm actually here, there, over there. I'm everywhere." And so if you interrupt the loop of my focus, it's going to be bad.
Yes.
But you were saying you're a king in your household.
Yeah.
And that is because you have sympathy for women now?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm a king in the aspects of like all the little things that I've picked up on doing this show, how to communicate better and how to take out the trash every day, you know, little things like that, cleaning up around the house a little bit more.
See, this is the
that I've been able to.
I got to dig a little deeper on this because of doing the show and what you've kind of learned and even some of the humor involved. Can you think of any way that you now communicate better with your wife that kind of works for her now?
Oh, God, you know, I mean, just being more patient, you know, just being able to notice some of the things that I'm just like not doing that like I could easily be doing. You know, I mean, these things are very important, and we take them for granted, you know, like just not noticing like little things I should be bringing upstairs, you know, or
does the whole relationship revolve around people just cleaning? If men would just clean, we would be so excited.
It's funny how big of an issue that is, you know, not an issue as much, but like just noticing these little things, and like I think cleaning up little messes or, you know, doing little household chores, just pitching in a little bit more around certain areas that our mind just doesn't focus on as much.
It's interesting he says that because we've often talked about the big, you know, relationship killers and arguments over things like money and sex and even raising kids, but the household chores are the day-to-day grind that kill a lot of couples.
No, I mean, it is something, and we don't just focus on that. You know, we do talk about like what happens in the bedroom and what happens when we're going on a date night and like, you know, getting the babysitter ready for the kid and all that stuff. But that is true. I mean, it's something that comes up a lot in the show, and the more, you know, I've learned from doing the show and reading the book and just going back in my own life, I'm like, oh, wow, that's really making a difference. That's really making her view me as, you know, more of like a partner in all of this. It's more of a partnership. It's all about bringing that partnership together a little bit more.
I like it.
So you were on Boardwalk Empire. You have quite a resume.
Yeah. I've lived in New York for a bunch of years, and yeah, I've been lucky enough to get on Daredevil on Netflix, Boardwalk Empire, a couple cool indie films, and I've been traveling with this show for about 1.5 years now, and this show has just been a life changer, you know, just for all the reasons I said with the relationship, but also career-wise, you know, just being able to do the one-man show on stage and just open myself up a lot more in all these different aspects of stand-up, acting, characters, a lot of improv with the audience. It's truly just a fast-paced, fun 2-hour show that's just, you know,
adult in content?
Adult in content, yeah. It's not, we don't go too far. Towards the end of the show is when we kind of bring up what happens in the bedroom, and I tell people, cover your ears if you have to. But for the most part, we keep it very, very innuendo.
Is this not a show you would take your teenagers to?
No, not really. I mean, it's funny because there have been teenagers in the front row that I play with, like, you're learning a lot tonight. But But it's nothing that I go too far with. You know, the language stays pretty, you know, solid, pretty PG-13 for the most part.
I like it. Now, one of the things that's important to note is that this show is limited because it's now, you can see it now, but only through Sunday. So people should get tickets right away, put it on their calendar, make plans this weekend.
We had an amazing show last night. You ask anybody who came, they'll say, oh, this was so much fun. We have one Friday, 2 on Saturday, 1 more on Sunday, and then we hit St. Louis for a couple weeks.
Milwaukee was a good audience.
Oh, they were amazing. I love the city too. We were here a couple months ago for a quick event, and I was in Janesville last week, and just everything in Wisconsin's been great.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. It's great to meet you, Amadeo, and this show sounds so fun and funny. It's Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. It's live, and you can see this show right now through Sunday. It's at the Marcus Center's Wilson Theater at Vogel Hall. Call the box office now. Have a date night. I bet it's hilarious.
Oh, well, that would be a radical concept.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best date night. That's how we market it, you know.
414-273-7206, or you can go to marcuscenter.org. Great to meet you.
Thanks, girls.
Thank you so much for being here.